luvbugs. Hi, hi, hello, hello. Hi, 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 hi. Hello, hello. Hi, hello, hi, hello. Hi, luvbugs, and welcome back, or just welcome to our channel. It's been a minute since I've sat down to record a video like this, and I'll get into why that is later on, because today I'll be doing a ramble slash live update video. Now, this was something that I was like, oh yes, let's do this today, so I'm not fully prepared, but I do have my notebook. I wrote a few things down that I could think about, which, if you've watched my videos before, you know that I am. Ramble videos like this are chaotic because I'll start talking about one thing and then I'll just squirrel off and then I'll forget what I'm talking about and then it just gets chaotic. But I know that a lot of you enjoy that because I guess it's just me being real with y'all. So, yep, that's what we'll be doing. So I do have a few things that I wrote down. I'll try not to overuse the words like and those are like my favorite words for some reason, so I'll try not to do that. What else? And yeah, it's just gonna be a nice chatty, whispery video, just telling y'all some things about my life, what's been going on, and just talking to y'all, just having a nice, relaxing. Think of this as like a FaceTime call, and we're just talking, okay? So, anyways, I hope that you enjoy this video, and let's get into it, okay? Okay, so I guess I will start with, y'all, I graduated on the 3rd. Whoop whoop, whoop whoop, clapping in ASMR style. Yeah, so I had my graduation on the 3rd. It was, honestly, I wish I would have felt more while I was there, because I know that normally graduation is an emotional time, and because I guess it's a big, like, this chapter has closed and we're opening a new one type deal. So, yeah, I wish I had been more emotional. I don't think I've cried over it, or I don't think I cried over it that night. I guess just because the realization hadn't hit me, I don't know, but, it went well. We had practice that morning, and I went to that, and then, it was pretty much a breeze. I mean, nothing really special happened. I didn't do anything crazy. I kind of wish I would have, to kind of put my mark out there, but you know what? I was too nervous. I mean, all those people up on the bleachers, because we had it at a stadium, all those people up on the bleachers were making me nervous. So I was like, you know what? But I did wave a few times. I smiled and waved. I don't even know who I was smiling and waving at. I didn't really look at one particular person. I just did it to the whole crowd. And yeah, but graduation went smoothly. But you know what? What really hit me afterwards was, I wish I would have stayed and just talked to people that I normally don't talk to, people that I've only seen a few times, or people that I used to talk to and we fell off. I wish I would have just looked at them and said congratulations or something, because there's so many people that I didn't talk to. And then later on, whatever those 10-year reunions are or whatever, because, you know, not everyone's going to attend those anyway. But I'm just like, all of these years we've been gathering in assemblies with like mostly the same people and just being together as a class for so many years, and graduation was like the last time we will gather again. Like, that was the last real gathering where all of us were together, and I didn't really say goodbye like I should have, you know, because I can always try to find those people on social media and stuff like that, but it's just not the same as being together as a class in school. And that's what really made me sad later on that night. It really, I don't know, I didn't really get too emotional about that, but just thinking about it now, I'm just like, wow, it's really over, because I just wanted to let y'all know now. Y'all probably heard me talk about this on the channel. I did not like school. I used to be smart in like elementary school, but that was when things were easy and I was making A's, okay? But then I hit like junior high and high school, and that's when I started making like C's, and, you know, and then like this year I think I started making D's. But, you know, yeah, like I'm not really good. I don't like to study, and I don't like learning things that I'm not interested in, or things that I know will not help me. You know, we're just doing it for the course. I'm not, yeah. And, you know, the school work whole thing is not my thing. And this year, I really didn't have any friends. So, going to school just to see friends wasn't my thing either. That's why I went to online, because I didn't really talk to anyone and I felt lonely. So, yeah. So, I'm glad to be out of there as far as work, because no more schoolwork, no more having to log in to 𝘴𝘵𝘠 and do assignments. But it's also like, I think back at the times I did enjoy going to school for friends and having friends in my classes. Like, memories will come up on my Snapchat of me taking pictures of my friends in certain classes, and it just takes me back to when I was there and how enjoyable my classes were because of these people. Because I've mentioned before that I've just been up and down during high school. Like, some years I was super popular, had a lot of friends, and then sometimes I was very alone, felt like I had no one, and I struggle, which I didn't know, I struggle with some type of anxiety and just being very self-conscious about people liking me. And, you know, I never wanted to sit with anyone because I was scared that they didn't like me and they would just say yes to be nice, but then later on be like, oh, you know, like, I didn't want to make people uncomfortable because I needed somewhere to sit or something. So there were days when I would go, like, especially when I had a boyfriend and like that boyfriend wasn't at lunch or couldn't be in lunch, I would go in a bathroom stall and get on my phone and just stand there the whole lunch period because I was too scared to go find people and that had a open seat, that, you know. So yeah, like, and sometimes some years I was super popular, I had a lot of friends, went to parties, but then this year it's just not been my year. It's not been a lot of people's year, but for me it hasn't been my year because of just not having many people to turn to as far as people that I went to school with. You know, I have some forever friends. One of my besties, Kylie, we've been friends since 4th grade. We're, you know, just, we don't talk that much, but we're always here for each other. She lives down the road, and she's the person I think about when I want to watch a new anime or something like that. was super young, like me and my bestie, she would spend the night and we would go hang out with some of our other friends. We'd go to a park by my house and hang out, like just doing bad things that I shouldn't have been doing. Like most people are doing those things now that they're getting a little bit older, whereas I did them when I was like 14. But it's crazy because now I'm all about, you know, telling younger people, like, you know, enjoy your childhood, enjoy being out while you can, don't try to grow up so fast. When that was literally me. It's like I kind of have no room to talk, but it's also, it's like now I understand, like, why are you so excited to do things when you're not allowed to do them, but when you are allowed, or the consequence isn't that bad, or just anything like that, you don't want to do it anymore. That's how I am. I don't know about y'all, but yeah, so that's kind of how it is for me. I wish I could go back a few years to when I was confident in myself, and I was confident enough to make friends and go to things and go to parties and just have a good time. I missed that me when I wasn't a shut-in, when I wasn't afraid to flirt with people, talk to people, put myself out there, just and show my personality, you know. I'm not really sure what happened to me or why my confidence has really just, but maybe I don't know, I just feel like I spent a lot of time talking about that. Okay, so, alright, we graduated. Now, as far as jobs go, I think I've told y'all, I don't plan on going to college right now. That could always change in the future, but as right now, I have no clue what my interests are. I have no clue what I'm good at, or what I want to try to be good at. I feel like I'm a very boring person because I don't have hobbies. I don't have interest. I don't have any talents. Nothing that'll help me in the real world as far as that goes. So yeah, college is a wait. I don't plan on going at all, but you know, that could always change. Like, I love doing makeup, but I don't think I love doing it enough to make it into a career, because going to makeup school, you can't just slap makeup on you or somebody else and say that you're doing it right. Like, it's school, you have to work at it, you have to do some things, and you have to be creative. Creativity is not in my brain. Like, I don't know if you see my channel, but my channel is focused around not creative things. Like, I just love doing hauls, I love showing things and reviewing things, and that takes absolutely nothing, you know. But these other ASMR artists are getting green screens and doing like eye exams and all this stuff, and I don't know, I don't have the creativity to do something fun like that, you know, and that applies to me and anything. So yes, I don't know if beauty school's for me, but I am very, very happy to have YouTube. I'm very, very blessed to have a platform and get paid to do what I love doing, because YouTube is my only source of income at the moment. But I do need to get a part-time job very soon, because I don't know if y'all know this, but I do not pay any bills at the moment. I've been very blessed to be able to just blow my money how I want and not have to pay bills, but I know my dad is going to start making me pay a few, probably car insurance, rent, my phone, just a few things. So I do want to get a part-time job to pay bills, so I can still have the YouTube to buy. I want to use like YouTube money as like pocket money to buy fun things, or buy things for my setup and stuff like that. Like, keep it strictly, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I have been thinking about doing Patreon for my ASMR. I know a lot of content creators that do. The only thing with me is it makes me feel strange making people pay for content, especially because my ASMR really isn't that good and high quality, and just, you know, I know everybody's taste is different, but I've been feeling very insecure about my channel. I'll go further into that in a little bit, but you know, Patreon would just be a nice side thing. I thought about doing $5 for like 3 videos, but I feel like $5 is a lot. I want to keep it cheap, but you know, also I'm scared about doing a Patreon because people are paying to watch stuff, so that is gonna have to become a priority. But I also don't want to neglect YouTube, you know, and I'm not good at that balance, and I have trouble with, I'll be on a kick, like I'll be like, ooh, I'm gonna record all these videos, and when I do, I go like a few weeks with not feeling motivated at all to do videos, and that actually happened to me. This is the first time I've sat down and recorded a video in weeks, so all the videos that are getting uploaded before this were like pre-recorded, and they just kind of sat there and waited on me to edit them, and this is the first time that I am really sitting here and doing this again, and I feel fine now. I felt pumped and energetic to do a ramble, and I have a few other videos in mind, but I do struggle with just not being motivated to record, not being creative enough to film a video that I am, 1, confident in, and 2, just very happy to do, because I could record any video, but if I'm not really feeling that video, it's not gonna be a high quality one. I probably won't look like I'm enjoying it, and the triggers might not be as relaxing because I won't be putting as much effort into them, you know. So yeah, that's just how it's been recently, and that's what happens to me a lot, and I feel like that happens to every content creator. They just, like, you start doing something, and then all of a sudden one day you're just like, I really don't feel like getting up and doing that. I'd rather not do that, you know. I hate when I get like that, but I'm trying to get out of that and enjoy posting again. Sorry, there's a hair on my face. But yeah, if I did start a Patreon, I definitely would have to really, really just get into that, and I'd have to start thinking about stuff, and I have to think about like tiers and rewards for y'all joining. Sorry, I'm playing with my hair. But yeah, it's just, I feel like it's a lot. Even though I'm not busy, I don't have another job, and I don't have any schoolwork, so I really don't have an excuse. But even just working from home and just recording videos is work. It can be work. It can get exhausting. Editing can be exhausting. I mean, even if it's not physical labor, work is work, you know. So, and anything gets tiring and feels like a hassle or feels like a job when you start doing it all the time. So yeah. Also, I feel like this is like a selfish thing to say, or like an ungrateful thing to say, but I've been very disappointed with how my channel is going. I love you all so much, and I appreciate all the love and support, and don't think that I don't see you, because I do. But I feel like my growth is so slow, and I don't know how to speed it up. I feel like my videos have not been doing well for months. My view counts have been very low, and normally I don't really care about that, but I feel like only getting 15k views when I have almost 60k subscribers, I feel like my videos just aren't reaching any audience. And you know, I'm not super obsessed with not the numbers and stuff, but it's also a thing that does kind of make me feel like, wow, like no one really likes my content anymore, especially when I look back to almost a year ago when all of my videos were really, really picking maybe that's just being insecure about my channel, especially when I see other YouTubers, especially other ASMR artists. I mean, they just, every day they grow and grow and grow, and my growth is very slow. And that's the thing, you're not supposed to compare your growth to anybody else's. And I'm so happy to everybody that has a platform and is getting light shine on it, okay? Like, I'm very, very happy for everyone that is receiving the love they deserve. And I'm not saying that I deserve more love on my channel. It's like, well, I feel like, should I just stop ASMR? Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm doing it for nothing now. But then I think about it and I'm like, you know what? There are some people that look forward to my videos, and I see y'all. I do see y'all. And I do appreciate y'all. And I'm sorry if any of that sounded ungrateful. I just, y'all know how, y'all might not know, but yeah, I mean, anyway, I don't really know what I was gonna say. But back to graduation. I did ask for one graduation present because I already have a Jeep and I pretty much have everything I need. So I did ask for a Nintendo Switch, and I got one. Don't mind the dirty ass screen. But yes, I did. Yes, okay. So I don't know if you can tell, but I've really been loving the I don't like how bright the screen. Okay, I've really been into the kawaii aesthetic. And kawaii means cute in Japanese, and it kind of is pretty much an aesthetic. It's anything very pretty, pastel-y, pinky, cutesy, Sanrio, because that's a Japanese brand. Anything like that is considered the kawaii aesthetic, and one of the biggest ones is the gamer aesthetic with all the pink stuff. Most of the gamers have this aesthetic, and you know me, I'm not a huge gamer. I did have a moment where I was obsessed and wanted a PC setup so bad, but that would only be for the aesthetic and just to say that I had it. But if you've seen my room, you know I have no room for a PC and a setup. Like, I have a vanity for makeup, and that is not gonna change. Like, I'm not gonna get rid of my vanity mirror to make room for monitors and a PC. Like, that's just how it is. But I did want to switch because I feel like this is the easiest console to have. It's portable and it doesn't take up a lot of room, and you can get a lot of good games. So I got the all gray Nintendo Switch. And then I'll just tell y'all what I did. Okay, so this is a pink screen protector, and then I got this pink shell, and it goes all the way around, and then it comes on here on the face, and then these are like little hearts for the buttons, and then little cat paw joystick covers, Joy-Con covers. So yeah, that's, yep, 59%. So I'm very happy. I have went overboard with accessories. If you don't follow my TikTok, you definitely should. I believe I have it in the description box. I love posting on TikTok. It's so fun just posting my things. Like, people love it, and I'm like, oh yes. And one of my TikToks, I kind of showed most of the accessories I got. Like, I bought 4 controllers for this thing because they're all so cute and different and unique, and I had to get them all because they're so cute. So I bought 4 controllers. What else did I buy? I spent like almost $300 on Etsy buying Nintendo Switch things, and I'm excited to show y'all those. I bought like this arcade thing that you put the sorry. For some reason, I feel like it's very, very bright. I guess it really doesn't matter. And I'm also recording in the daytime, so let me see if I can. Sorry, y'all. Let me just. Okay, maybe that was a little bit better. Okay, my makeup is so glowy today. Oh my goodness. A little too glowy. Looking a little greasy. Let me pat. Actually, let me apply some more lip gloss. This is the 𝘕𝘂𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘭𝘪𝘬𝘦. So juicy. Clear gloss. It's amazing. Very shiny. Okay. Mushroom earrings. Alrighty. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about, and I'm gonna try not to get too emotional with it. And I didn't want to talk about this at the very beginning because I knew that But a few days ago, we had to put my dog of 10 years down. Over the past few years, her health has really declined. And here recently, she just wasn't doing well. She stopped eating, which, I mean, she's had plenty of health problems, and this is so terrible of us, but she's never been one of those dogs. We didn't take her to the vet regularly like we should have. I know that is bad on our part. It's all of our faults. And she's been with us since we lived in the country, and she's been through a lot. I think she's had parvo once or twice, and she survived that. She's ate rat poison twice, and she survived that. And I know that sounds so bad, but you know, our dogs would get into the rat poison because it was in the pantry, I think. So yeah, but she survived that. And the last thing, I'm pretty sure she had breast cancer or some sort of cancer because we never got her fixed. And if you don't get your doggies fixed, they're more prone. Every year you don't get your dog fixed, they're at a higher risk to get cancer. And she developed what's called mastitis, I think, and she ended up growing like this big mass on her stomach, and it was a big thing about treating that. And eventually it got super bad, and we had it surgically removed, and they said that was probably when we should have put her down then, because it was probably her time. I know she was in a lot of pain with that mass, and it started like, it was bad, it was really bad. And so the vet was like, you know, if you remove this mass, there's no telling. I mean, if it's cancer, it will definitely come back. That would just let her live a few more months more comfortably, because boxer slash American bulldog. So she was the best girl though. She was a very, very good dog. She was very loyal to my dad. They used to walk around. My dad went through this phase where he lost a lot of weight and he was walking every day, miles every day, and she was always there with him. She loved going on rides in the truck and boat rides, and she loved the lake and stuff like that. And actually the night of my graduation, I forgot, but she was just not doing well. It's crazy because like a week or so ago, we went to the creek with Ellie and Dixie. Her name was Dixie. We took them to the creek, and normally she loves the water, but when we got to the creek, she was very miserable. She didn't want to be in the water. She was very cold, and we just knew, she wasn't enjoying the things that she used to, and it's very heartbreaking, to see a dog that used to love these things just fall out of love with them because they're tired and they're just too old to do these things. So, the day after my graduation, my dad took off early to take her to the vet and get her put down, but then we decided on doing it the next day. So, the day after graduation, we actually took her for her last boat ride ever. That's how we wanted to spend, because she loved the lake and she loved going on boat rides, and we knew that we were going to put her down the next day, so we wanted to take her there for her last moments, her last trip. So we went to the lake and we rode the boat. We rode the boat, and even though she didn't have the same enthusiasm, we knew she enjoyed it because she got that last burst of like energy she was surrounded by family. So I was like looking away, you know, and I could just feel her when she was. Another sign of her being in pain and not doing well is she would tremble and shake a lot. And you know, dogs can't express, like they can't tell you like, oh, I'm hurting. So that's their way of showing that they're hurting, is when they tremble a lot and shake. And she was doing that, and she was doing that then too. And her breaths, when you listen to her breathe, it was very raspy, like she was struggling, you know. And when I had my hand on her, I could feel her shaking and taking those, like, what is the word? What is the word? Just raspy, hard to breathe type breaths, you know. And as she was doing the shot, it's like I could feel her just stop shaking and stop breathing. And I feel like that is like, oh, ooh, girl, if you do not cry right now in your Ramble video. But I don't know, like that was really, really tough. Like being there, like she's alive, and then she's slowly leaving. Like, oh my god. 10 out of 10, I do not recommend that. But you know, I also thought about, well, what if I don't go? I felt like I would have a lot of regrets about not going and not being there. And I wanted her to be surrounded by her family and people that love her. So that morning, my dad got up early to dig a grave in our backyard. So he dug a big hole, big enough where we could lay her bed in there, lay her on top, and put a blanket over her. And yeah, we didn't want to have her cremated. We wanted to bring her home so she could be home. So yeah. Phew, don't cry, girl. Don't cry. Oh my god, it was tough, y'all. It's tough. But I know that she is not suffering anymore and that she's in a better place, you know. So, that's something that does make me happy, is knowing that wherever she is, she's doing okay. Girl, what are we doing? I told myself I wouldn't cry on camera. This is embarrassing. Phew. We're okay. So yes, I'm glad. I'm glad she's not suffering anymore. She deserves all the love and peace in the world, and I know that she is finally resting. But it was a joy having her in our lives, and I love our other dogs, and I'll love every dog that I have in the future. But she was very, very special. Very, very special. And she was just the best girl. And she was everything. So, love you, Dee. But, yeah. My other dogs, I feel like Ellie knows something's up. We didn't take Ellie to the vet with us, and when we brought Dixie for so long. That's just, this is life update, life, whatever, ramble. So, let's see what else. I've talked about all that on my list. So this is like a very random thing. I do want to mention it though. So, I've been very unhappy with my appearance, and I feel like that holds me back on a lot of stuff more than I thought, because I gained a lot of weight over the past couple years, and I know that other people have taken notice of that, and I know you shouldn't care what other people think, but I can't help but think about what they say, like, or when they see me, I'm sure they're like, oh wow, she's really blown up, you know what I'm saying? And I look back at pictures from just 2018 and how much prettier I think that I looked, so I know that if I did lose a little weight, I would feel more confident and happier with myself, because when I did look the way that I looked, I did not have confidence issues or self-esteem issues. I was not afraid to just be out there and, dress cute and, all that stuff, which I also know that no matter what you look like, you'll always have some sort of insecurities. So the main thing I need to do is learn to love myself, and y'all always shower me with amazing sweet compliments about how I don't need to lose weight to look better and all that stuff, and I love your words, and I read all your comments and I love them, but y'all, just some things, it's only so much you can do. Like, I remember for one of my last exams, one of the last questions, it was like a fun little elective exam, and it said, list 3 things you love about yourself, and I realized then how pessimistic and just negative I am when I couldn't even name 3 things that I love about myself. And I know that sounds sad, and you're probably like, oh, I could name 3 right now, I really couldn't think of anything, 3 things that I loved about myself, and I ended up saying something along the lines of, I love my ability to pacify others, and I love being able to be a friend to someone in need and stuff like that. But as far as anything else, appearance-wise, anything like that, I seriously couldn't even think of anything, and I want to change that, and I think that takes little steps. But I think one of the main things is I'm very self-conscious of my appearance and gaining weight, and I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm the skinniest or the biggest person ever, and I won't call myself fat, because I am smaller than a lot of people, and I'm bigger than a lot of people, but that doesn't change how I feel towards myself, and I don't want anyone to think that if you're bigger than me, that I don't like the way you look, because I don't like the way that I look and I'm smaller. That is definitely not the case, y'all. You look beautiful the way you are. I look beautiful the way that I am, but I don't feel good about the way that I look, and that is just a me thing. I want to look better for myself, which I know my reason isn't really for myself, because I'm thinking about what other people think, but I feel like that's one of the main reasons that I don't want to hang out with anyone anymore, and I don't want to leave the house anymore, is because I just am not happy with myself, and I don't want other people to see me. I don't know if y'all understand what I'm saying. I don't know. And I know, like, some people are just gonna be blunt and be like, well, just lose weight, like work out, eat healthy, like whatever. But it's so difficult, y'all, especially for me, which I don't understand what happened to me, like why my metabolism decided to slow down, because I used to could just eat whatever and not work out, and I was very small, and just one day my metabolism was like, girl, what are you doing? And then yeah, and it makes me so jelly of people that can eat a lot of stuff and the worst stuff and not gain weight. I'm very jelly. Because I had friends that were just had the most perfect petite bods and just were fit looking, but they never worked out, and they ate more than me. And I'm actually glad that I stopped being friends with these people, because they're the type of people to be very insensitive to you, and you know, like they would look like I would obviously be bigger than both of them, and one of them would like pull up their shirt and show like their toned tummy, like no rolls at all, and be like, oh, I'm getting so fat, and say things like, oh, I feel so fat today, or oh, I don't need to eat today, I look like a whale, blah 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 blah. And I was obviously bigger than them, like obviously bigger, and I know like they probably weren't trying to say anything, like they were just worried about themselves, but that was the issue, that I was a bigger person. It's like, if you're fat, what am I, you know? And that's one thing that I would never do in front of my friends, no matter what their size is. And I try not to talk about my size either. I try not to bring up stuff like that, because when you're hanging out, that shouldn't be the topic. I mean, that shouldn't be what y'all are focused on. But I would never sit there and talk about how bad I feel about myself in front of somebody that is bigger or smaller, because you know, you never know how that's gonna make them feel. You don't want to make them feel self-conscious or worse about themselves, because you don't know how they feel about themselves. You know, you don't really know what goes on inside their head. And I just felt like that was so that wasn't thoughtful of them to say mean comments about themselves, because one, they're being mean to themselves, and two, I was obviously the uglier one, and not ugly in a sense of weight, like they were actually pretty, and this was when I had like my short hair, and I wasn't always feeling confident, and yeah, like I need to get better on self-love. Being so negative to myself is not healthy, and I know that, so I have been trying to do better, and I try to make changes to my life that will end up being a more healthy, better me. Like I've been drinking a lot more water. That's something I need to do more often. I need to start eating better and taking Ellie on walks, and just as far as mental stuff goes, just trying to get rid of toxic things, which right now I'm really in a emotional hole, because I just graduated. I'm worried about the future. My dog just passed away. I have a lot of just very negative thoughts going on in my life right now, so hopefully soon I will get out of this pit and go back. Like, I have lost motivation, like I said, to do YouTube. I've lost motivation to do my makeup, my skincare, all the skincare that I have, and sometimes I don't even wash my face anymore. Like, I've been not brushing my teeth. Sometimes I'll go days without showering, because it's like I can't, like I physically cannot, I mentally cannot get up and do that. Going places, you know, it's just gotten very hard for me recently, and it's been like that for a while, and but yeah, at times I'll feel